Okay, in this equation we're going to find the y-intercept and the x-intercept. My equation is in standard form. So the first step that I want to do is to solve for y. When I solve for y, that's going to give me what the y-intercept is. So starting out to do that, I'm going to minus a 9x here and a minus the 9x over here. Now I have my 4y equals negative 9x minus 40. My last step then is we're going to divide everything by 4, and I end up with y equals negative 9/4 x. That's my slope, minus 10, and my minus 10 comes from negative 40 divided by 4. So my y-intercept is minus 10. Now, to find your x-intercept, I'm going to replace the y with 0, and I'm going to have that equaling a negative 9/4 x minus 10. My next step is to add 10 to both sides. I got a little sloppy there. Now I'm going to move this negative 9/4 x over to the other side. That doesn't matter. Equals my positive 10. My last step then is to solve for x. We would divide by negative 9/4 x, but we never do that, so we're going to multiply by the reciprocal. So that would be a negative 4/9. Negative 4/9. My x-intercept is negative 40 over 9. Negative 40 over 9. Let's do another example just to see how that's done. So hang on. Okay, my first step here, same thing. We're going to find the x and the y-intercepts. I'm going to solve for y first, because that'll give me the y-intercept. So I'm going to minus a 5x from there, and minus a 5x on the right-hand side, leaving me with 8y equals the negative 5x minus 24. I cannot combine these two because I don't have a like term. Last step then, we are going to divide everything by 8. So I have y equals negative 5/8 x minus 3. And the minus 3 comes from negative 24 divided by 8. So my y-intercept is negative 3. Now to do the x-intercept then, we're going to set y equal to 0. So now we have 0 equals a negative 5/8 x minus 3. We are going to solve for x, so the first thing I have to do is get rid of the minus 3. I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to add 3 on both sides. Okay, I'll rewrite my equation. And I'm going to shift my negative 5/8 x over to the left-hand side. Negative 5/8 x equals 3. Okay, the 3 comes from the 0 plus 3. Last step then, you would normally divide by negative 5/8, but we never divide fractions. Instead, we multiply using the reciprocal. So we are going to multiply this times the negative 5/8. Over on the right-hand side, you do the same thing, times the negative 5/8. X equals negative 15 over 8. And I can't simplify that any, and I will just leave it in that form like that. So my x-intercept is negative 15 over 8. To find the y-intercept then, you're going to solve for y. After you solve for y, you are going to take your equation in slope-intercept form, and you're going to set y equal to 0. Pretty easy to do, but watch this video as many times as it takes until you can see how to do this.